Skydiving involves a lot of practice and hard work. Skydivers join each other to form pairs, long chains, and even rings. In the world of chemistry, carbon atoms behave in quite a similar way. They join one another in different ways to form millions of compounds. Carbon atoms can join one another to form chains of various lengths. The bonds between carbon atoms can be single, double, or triple. Regardless of the type of bond, a carbon atom always forms 4 bonds. If only hydrogen atoms are added to the carbon backbone, then compounds of only carbon and hydrogen are obtained. These compounds are called hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons can be represented in many ways. Did you know that the skin of apples shines because there is a thin layer of hydrocarbons on it? Hydrocarbons may be broadly classified into the following classes: open chain or acyclic compounds, closed chain or cyclic or ring compounds. The open chain hydrocarbons are either straight chains or branched chains. Let us discuss straight chain hydrocarbons. The simplest hydrocarbon, methane, has 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms. Its chemical formula is CH4. Another hydrocarbon, ethane, has 2 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms. There is only one way of writing the structural formula of ethane. The third hydrocarbon, propane, has the molecular formula C3H8. In order to write the structural formula of propane, we place the 3 carbon atoms in a line and join them with a single covalent bond. Now, by filling up the remaining valences of carbon atoms with 8 hydrogen atoms, we get the straight chain structure of propane. If we write the carbon skeleton of propane in this way, does it form a different structure? Propane forms only a single straight chain structure. Like propane, unsaturated hydrocarbons such as propene and propyne also show single straight chain structures. Now, let us discuss another hydrocarbon, butane. It has 4 carbon atoms and 10 hydrogen atoms. Let us place the 4 carbon atoms in a straight line and join them together with single covalent bonds. Now, by filling up the remaining valences with hydrogen atoms, we get this straight chain structure of butane. Is it to have a different carbon skeleton for a 4-carbon chain? Yes. Instead of placing the carbon atoms in a straight chain, they can be arranged in the form of a branched chain. So we see that the open chain hydrocarbons can be categorized as straight chain or branched chain hydrocarbons. Just like straight chain hydrocarbons, the branched chain hydrocarbons can be saturated or unsaturated. Classify the following into straight chain or branched chain hydrocarbons. let us try to form some acyclic hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are also called aliphatic hydrocarbons. The word aliphatic is derived from the ancient Greek word alephar, meaning oil, as the earlier known compounds of this class were obtained from animal or vegetable fats. For example, paraffin wax. Did you know that ear wax, which is secreted in the ear canal, is an aliphatic compound? In addition to straight and branched carbon chains, some compounds have carbon atoms arranged in the form of a ring. Such closed-chain hydrocarbons are called cyclic hydrocarbons. Now, let us consider the example of a hydrocarbon with 6 carbon atoms. If we close the carbon chain and fill up the remaining valences with hydrogen atoms, we get the hydrocarbon cyclohexane. Its molecular formula is C6H12. Just like the open-chain hydrocarbons, the closed-chain hydrocarbons may be saturated or unsaturated. This unsaturated cyclic hydrocarbon with molecular formula C6H6 is called benzene.